Can you do that exercise that's in that video I got out there? You should be able to go like this. Or everybody's always asking, how do you do this? How do you do that? You practice. That's what you do. You look at a video, you play it till you can do it. I showed you guys how to go like this. It's a really simple exercise, and it's just to prove that you have control over your strings. That's what it's for, because if you can't do it, then, you know, you'd want to be able to say you could do it. It's just one of those things where if you can't do it, you want to be able to do it. So even if this is so simple, if you can't do it, you would want to practice it. So I just threw it in there as an intro thing, because I'm in the intro part of this video. Now, we will get into what we're here for. Thanks for watching. Today's video is a mechanical video on maintenance, mechanics of the guitar. I'm going to show you how to adjust your intonation today. Probably a lot of you guys, if you don't know what the intonation is, then it's probably out. It could very well be out. And usually when they set up your guitar, if you tell them to do the intonation, they'll do it for you. Usually, so every shop's different. Some include it, some don't. So I'm going to show you how to keep your intonation in perfectly on a fixed bridge guitar. It could be a Fender or Gibson style guitar or anything in between, but basically Fender and Gibson styles. Could be, again, different kind of guitar, but the style of the bridge, this is basically a Fender style bridge. It is similar to the Fender, the Gibson bridge. The Gibson bridge is a little bit different, but the adjustments are the same. So I'll tell you exactly what's going on the Fender guitar or a Gibson guitar. It'll be the same thing. On your Gibson, you got a bridge in the back, you got the saddle in the middle. The screws that you're going to be adjusting will be on the saddle in the middle there. Not back. There's nothing on your bridge, so you can't adjust nothing there except the two top screws. And we're not touching those if you have a Gibson. We're going to be looking at your bridge and these screws that are here on your bridge that are on just like this. You got screws that go right into the back of your bridge. Same thing on that Gibson, and here they are on this style Fender guitar. So those are the screws we're going to be working with today. And intonation is tuning the string to itself. And what that means really is that if you have a 25.5-inch neck, the distance from this nut to where this string sits in this bridge, this distance from here to here, from here, where it goes in right there to the spot on this nut should be the distance of that neck. So if this is a 25.5-inch neck, it should be 25.5 from there to here. If you got a 24 3/4 neck like a Gibson, then you are here to here. It should be 24 3/4 inches. And if you have a Dean like mine, those are in between. They are 25, I think, right on the money or something, real close to there, like right at like 25 or 25.25 maybe. They're in between 24 3/4 and 25.5. So it's something right in between there. But the point is, you're not going to be able to measure that. So the way you do that is you use this adjustment back here. You need one of these, guys. You, and you. You need one of these. One of these guys. A nice long screwdriver, okay? Now, what you're going to do is you're going to check your intonation with this. Right there. One of these cheapies. So all you need is one of these guys. Nothing more than that. So let's start out. Basically what you're going to do is you're going to check it. Let's see where mine's at here. I'm in drop D on this guitar. Let's see if I can show you that. All right. right, so let's check a look. That string is perfectly in tune. But let's just set, now that the string is in tune, let's check the intonation. And the way we check it is you can do it one of two ways. Some people are a fan of playing the note itself. Some people are a fan of the harmonic of the note. I do both, whichever one gets me closer to the answer. So it's a finicky little thing here that, I don't know, it's a science, it is and it isn't. We're going to check this tuner. Let's see if I can get this in here for you. And see what my tuner says when I hit this intonate here. So I'm going to do the harmonic on this 12th fret. I have a D here. Let's see what it does. As you can, I can't barely get it in the camera for you, but as you can see, it doesn't quite hit the center. There it is. Let's try here. It's a little light. See it? What that means is when I play the note here, it's in tune. But when I play it here, it's not. It's a little off. Now, when the note is sharp, let's see which way this is going. My note is flat. When the note is flat, it means the string is too long. So your note is ringing flat. When the note is sharp, it means the string is too short, and you must lengthen the string. In this case, the string is too long, so let's take a look one more time. There it is. I'll play it for you here. Oh, actually, mine's pretty close. All right, so let's so there it is. Let's make it off. How about that? How about I just mess it up for you and show you how to get it back in? So I'll move it over and I'll show you. I think there's an adjustment that I'll show you when we're done here. All right, so it's now off. Let's take a listen. Oh my gosh, it's way off. So I tune it back up. I'll bring it up for you. All right, there it is. It's in. Technically, it's in anyway. Let's take a look and see where we are. All right, we're in. Now I'm going to test it. It's sharp. Which means the note is too short. The string is too short, so I'm going to lengthen it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my screwdriver. I'm going to go right into the back of this E string screw, just like you see here. And I'm going to begin with a small 1/8 of a note turn, loosening it to make the string longer. Now it's going to go out of tune again because I changed it. And now it's not low, it's higher. So now we're going to readjust the string. Still out. So now I'm going to adjust it again, making the string longer. My righty tighty. Give it a few turns. I'm going to crank her in. I'm going to retune. And now, when we look again, first let's check to make sure she's in tune. You see that she is. This guitar hits the D perfectly, right there. And now, let's show you that. There it is. Now I'm going to tune it, hit the D string. Kabang, kaboom, it's back. So guys, you are going to adjust this screw. This sits back here on all these, one at a time, until when you lightly press this note, it rings close to the string, close to the spot on the tuner that says it's perfectly in tune. So the note should read it should read for you E here if you're on standard E, just like it rings E when you play it here as open. Open is E. Well, your 12th fret is also the E note, so this note should be centered on that dial just the same, or as close as possible. Lesser expensive guitars, a lot of the time, they don't adjust perfect. This one did, but they don't always. So don't freak out if it doesn't get right there. If you get it close enough, you're really not going to be able to tell. And the truth is, it only really matters if you're recording, because then the sound is permanent. And if the string is off, well, then it's permanently off on your recording, and you're going to hear that every time you listen to it. But if you're just playing in your bedroom or your house or you're live somewhere, it really doesn't even matter, man. Like, it's just got to be close. It's like an alignment. You're never going to get it back to where it, as good as when you first bought the car and it never, it's got no miles on it. It's not going to happen. You can line it all you want. It'll never be that perfect again. It'll be better, really close even, but not probably not perfect. And this, on a lesser expensive guitar, you may find that your intonation is very close, but you may not be able to get it dead on. And there's a lot of different reasons why that could be. There's just, could be your neck adjustments off. It could be a lot of other things. But the bottom line is the lesser expensive guitars, sometimes they're a little more challenging to get into place. And that is why you just kind of, you get it as close as you can. You don't freak out. But if you're feeling like when you play your strings, like you're saying to yourself, I tune my guitar, it's in tune, but then you go and maybe strum an open chord, and you hit some of those open strings and something sounds funny and you just don't know what it is, and you're not thinking it's a tuning because you think you tuned your guitar, which it is in tune, but it's not tuned to itself. And that's what intonation is. It's tuning the string to itself, so it's in tune with itself. And it's really a simple process. I showed you how to do it. You're just going to adjust these screws. When you turn it to the right, it's going to tighten it up, right? So when it tightens it up, it's going to pull the string back, make the string longer. When you back it off, it's going to loosen it and shove this. It's going to take this saddle and shove it forward. So if you turn this to the left and you loosen it, you're going to shorten the string. When you crank it out and you tighten it, you're pulling on it, you're making the string longer. Now remember, if you tune the guitar and the string is sharp, remember what I said, then that means the string is too short and you got to lengthen it. If your string is in tune when it's open and you press the string and it's flat, then the string is too long and you must shorten the string. You're only shortening it by thousandths of an inch, a couple, 1, 2, 3, 4 thousandths. It's a minute amount. So you turn this thing a little bit at a time, half a turn, quarter turn at a time. Maybe if it's out a lot, you might turn a half a turn. Then you retune, you check it. If you went too far, you back it up. You're checking, you're turning and tuning, tune it, tune it till you get it right to the spot where it's even Steven. All right, guys, that is how you intonate your guitar. You should be doing this every once in a while. I would say it should stay where it is if you keep the same string size. Whenever you change your string size, you must re-intonate because you're changing the length of the saddle by the size of the string. I know it sounds crazy, but that's just the way it works. Once you lock into the string size you're playing, you really shouldn't have to adjust your intonation anymore. If you're one of those guys that's been playing for only a few years, maybe a couple years, a few years, whatever it is, you're going through the string change phase. I went through it. Big time. I went all the way up to the 70s that Zach uses on his Les Pauls when I was going through my Les Paul phase. And I've always been a mahogany-bodied guy. Big bodies, big mahogany, warm sound. You can get plenty of crunch, but you can also get you can get the crunch out of anything, but you can get the warmth out of the big mahogany bodied guitars. So that's what I use. And so on those type of guitars, that's what I grew up intonating, and it's this style bridge. So the bottom line is, once you keep the same size string on there, your intonation should stay the same. Even if you change brand of string. Size of the string is what makes the intonation change. It goes out a little bit over time, so maybe every couple of years you might have to actually readjust it. But I don't really have to, so I don't think you will have to readjust it too much once the strings are the same size. You keep changing them. Brand to brand doesn't matter. But if you go from 9 to 42, and then you try 9 to 46, you will have to intonate. So guys, that's how you intonate the strings. It's a pretty simple process. I will go over some other things on the guitar that are adjustable. If you want to see something specific, then let me know what you want me to show you, and I'll show you. We will get around to the Floyd Rose guitars because I have those as well, and so as you know, I have those, and I will show you how to do all different things to those yourself in case you don't live near a place that can do it, or even if you do are willing to drive to a store that's 30 minutes away. What happens if you get the thing home and then you don't like the way they did it, and then you got to drive it all the way back? So I'd rather, it's better to be able to do everything yourself. Little by little, I'll put out videos that go over every single thing you need to know about everything on the guitar that I own anyway. I mean, I can't show you how to rewire a switch, a push-pull switch, if I don't have one on me. So that's not something I can show you here, but you get the idea. Whatever I own, I can show you how to adjust. We'll go over action, intonation. I'll show you how to buff your frets, polish your frets. We'll go over a few other things, how to adjust your Floyd Rose bridges in minutes. So you too can leave your covers off on this one. There's no back cover for the Floyd, for the bridge. There's just string through here. And by the way, if you want more sustain out of a guitar, you want to find guitars that have better sustain. The guitars where the strings go through the back are going to ring longer than any guitar that does not have the strings through the back. So although Fenders are great, they're tried and true, they have really good sustain. If you push a string through the back of the bridge, or back of the body like that, it will ring longer than any guitar that the string goes in the front like this. And so that's what you're looking. That's where your strings go. This guitar, on a Fender, they go in the back a lot of the time, but in this one, they go through here. So if you have a guitar like this, or you play one like this, and you have it hold a note, and you hold that note with vibrato on it, because again, vibrato will extend the note. Let's get a little action here. If you hold the note, you're going to get more time out of that note if you have a body where the string goes in the back of the body. And guys, that is intonating a string. Have a good day. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.